First game of the match. Mythology's Daz, the Zerg green player, spawning on Star Station in bottom right. Bottom left, for the time being, belongs to Druidz Z, the blue Protoss. So another PvZ on the table here. And this is close spawns, which could be really interesting if either of these guys decides to push rather quickly at around 8 or 10 minutes.
Especially if I've seen people take procs like their natural in that middle base and go like 2 base swarm host.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me one time? I was so mad. I got proxy hashed with swarm hosts.
Oh,
like a third hatch was a proxy in front of my. It was on Neoplanet S, and the guy built the third hatch between my second and my third.
Ow.
And then when the hatch finished, he of course started planting down spore crawlers and building queens.
Yeah.
And building more drones for more spines and spores, and all the while he's been producing swarm hosts and rallying them all there. It was impossible.
Yeah, it's so hard to break that. All you can do is like try to hope to survive and get up enough Colossus that you can then kind of just.
I didn't even have a robo at that time.
Oh god, yeah, that's a GG right there.
So it was like I tried to get immortals out, but there was no way I could get enough Colossi. So that was and I didn't have Blink, the fool that I was. But since then I've gotten used to the strategy. I got used to the timings. I remember myself noting down the timings and actually watching the replay going, is this really the fastest way you can have swarm hosts? And it was. So I was like, okay, cool. I know what the timing is right now, so I know what to look for.
And wow, from our Protoss we're seeing Gateway expand. Double gas with there's 2 in 1, but I'm not sure if that's a mistake or not. It's probably intentional, just to get a few more minerals.
I'm really interested what we will see out of this. The second gas with only 2 probes. A reason for that probably is because he wants to get a mothership core, but otherwise continue as normal. So he needs that mineral income, but mineral intake. But also he wants to have a lot of gas. And as we see, the mothership core is being already made.
Yeah, and Zerg sending out a few lings, but of course with the mothership core almost done and the zealot at the front, there's no way that these lings can really do any damage. Yep. So just gonna poke and scout and see what's happening. It will do. Might get a probe since the zealot is going across the map, but the mothership core should scare him away.
But here's the important thing: he saw the pylon, so he knows this is not going to be a one base full gate with a mothership core.
Yeah.
Which, you know, he did take a fast gas, but the speed will start only just now. Come on, speed. Start it up. And come on, do it. There we go.
There you go.
And it takes 110 seconds exactly to build. Which means he will have... It's almost 2 minutes before speed will be done. That's after warp gate finishes. So
yeah,
this strategy can be done. Don't guys, don't think 4-gate is dead in PvZ. You can actually still go 4-gate.
Yeah, no, it's just that it isn't as powerful as it once was. But people automatically go, "Oh, it's not as powerful, therefore it's bad." No, fungal is still good, by the way, guys.
Yeah, that is.
If
true.
you land it on the Marines still die in 2 fungals.
That is true.
It's just harder to hit now. So 4-gate still works. You've just got to. And actually, I think it will probably work better than it did towards the end because, I mean, the Zergs haven't played against it in so long, they're probably not used to it anymore, and they're like, oh god, 4-gate, how did I defend that again?
Yeah, that's one thing. Another thing is the mothership core. You can recall if you see the situation is going really bad, but until you do, you can do a lot of damage, force a lot of Zerglings out, and instead of the last warping of Zealots, you can build an Nexus, so that you have a way to get out of this. A very fast third gas in the natural. That is really perplexing to me. Nevertheless, we do have a third base coming down for the Zerg as well, +1 being started in the Protoss Forge, and the Roach Warren is finished. No Roach is being built, but a Robo just got planted.
Yep, Robo has come down. I want to see if he tries to take third on this map. Although usually it's quite hard to take a third in this map for Protoss, because he'll probably approach the Zerg, and I mean you can build it on that low ground, but because of the way that they're positioned, that third base can be protected by having an army just in front of where his natural is, at the top of that ramp. So it makes it a lot easier to take third, whereas if they'd spawned in different locations, it would probably be a lot harder.
Yeah, very nice scouting done here by...
Leaky.
But that's such a name, dude. Leaksy. Leaky. I'm just gonna call him Leaky. We're just going to call him Leaky because it's easier. Very nice scouting. He actually did click on the evolution chamber, and he did see the lair timing, he did see the number of gases, and he did scout the third base with the mothership core as well. Well, he could kill the Ling here as well at the watchtower if he were of the mind, but here is the follow-up push to this, as he's going Colossi. He's pushing out on the map with a very sentry-heavy force. I really like this. And, you know, as soon as DAS sees this, that should trigger Roach production. There we go, 10 Roaches about to pop in 30 seconds. But it was only a fake-out. It was only a fake-out, and Leaky is pulling back immediately, so very nicely done there. Yeah,
this is very kind of... It's such a basic thing that a lot of people just never do, which is you do the fake and you force them to make units that they don't want to make yet, and then just turn around and go home. It's
the problem is,
Zerg 101.
Yeah, the problem is that better experienced Zerg players, they don't fall for this. They come to double check if you're actually pushing, if you're not retreating with your sentries. And right now, Daz is going to be a little bit shocked and surprised that, hey, wait, there are no units, and he hasn't scouted the Robo Bay, which is unfortunate for him because he just planted down the Hydra Den.
Yeah, which is not the response you want to make.
Yeah, this is almost a builder loss.
You either want to go up to Spire or Hive and get Hydras, but Hydras are definitely not the best way to deal with Colossus.
Well, this Roach Force can do a lot of damage here, potentially. Well, at least force out some force fields, because there are no cannons to defend, but we do have the Mothership Core, and none of these units are ranged. First Hydra's about to pop, 1-1 nearing completion for the Zerg players, so that will give him a little bit of a boost. And second Colossus in production as soon as Leaky on supply blocks himself, and I think he will just go and push with 2 Colossi. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be wise. I think if he waits any longer, it gives Zerg a chance to completely respond to the Colossus. Whereas if he goes with 2 with range,
oh my god,
Mothership Core!
Mothership Core! Mothership Core! Goes down, and that was one of the backbones of this push, because right now it is going to be a lot more scary for Druidz Leaky to push out. Without that Mothership Core, you really need to win. Because, you know, otherwise you might potentially lose a lot of your army, more than you would care to lose. Infestation Pit going down in the meantime, so Daz is looking to tech further, but still only on 3 bases.
Ooh. And maybe the Protoss player, I think he has had a complete change of heart. I'm just going, right, well, my Mothership Core has no energy now, I guess I'm just going to take that.
Wise decision, I have to say. Grooved spines are being researched as well. Muscular augments already completed. He will be able to defend versus this just fine, as long as he can force field well. But you know, this space here, leading up to the watchtower and the lower base, so hard to force field. You need so many sentries, and he already expended a lot of those force fields to defend versus those roaches. But 3 Colossi, you know, this army still can fall to Roach Hydra.
Yes.
It all comes down to the force fields, and this is just too big of an area to force field and manage properly.
Well, with Hive on the way, I mean, those Vipers going to come out very soon, and you see a Templar Archives being thrown down to counteract that with feedbacking. He can neutralize those Vipers quite quickly. Going to try and push in and deny the third here. Colossus coming out. Good force fielding, though. And the Zerg is going to have to back off and does.
But those were all the force fields the Protoss had. He's going to have like 3 force fields max once this army engages again.
And and it's just such a wide open space. You just need to split up correctly and set up a good concave. And it looks like he's actually just going to try and DPS it down. I don't think he has enough to do it. And no, gets it down to half health, but that's it. Does force more energy to be used off the mothership core though.
First Vipers are on the way though. Zerg still staying on 3 bases, just now getting his 4th, but continuing his upgrades, and he will, well, not out-upgrade the Protoss. He's already getting +3 ground weapons. Really, I have to hand it to Leaky. He's been chrono boosting that forge non-stop, not missing a beat, and you know, switching into Immortals. That is a wise choice, I would say, because he will have Storm, and you don't want to rely on Colossi too much once there are Vipers in play, because as soon as the Zerg gets rid of the Colossi, you just die. But with Storm, it's a whole different story, and you can feed back the Vipers as well.
Yeah, that Storm is definitely... The Hydras are very squishy, they can die to 1 Storm, and I see a lot of Zerg players who aren't used to dealing with Storm. They do tend to tank it a little bit longer than they should. But the Spine Crawler Wall is just so good, and with his creep spread being like this as well, he can continue to push and just have this solid position that he can fall back on. And Viper's coming in now.
Vipers did not siphon any energy though, so...
No, but he has enough for pull. And
oh, 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus, 3 Colossi, all of them go down, and suddenly this Hydra force is a lot more threatening. But here's the thing, +3 attack for the Protoss, +2 for the Zerg. He needs to remake a lot of that army. Not very many abducts remaining on those Vipers. As soon as the first Templar come warping in, which there will not be many, because the Protoss is starved for gas a little bit. And I don't think there is we do not have charge, so he cannot use even Zealots to buffer for the Stalkers. You know, Zealots are pretty good versus Hydras. Once if they can make contact quick enough. Here we go again, Dom. Blinding Cloud actually going down, nullifying the DPS of the right flank of the army. Nice concave here for the Zerg. The Protoss army is falling to pieces. Hydras are all remaining here. Too many Hydras for the Protoss to deal with. Too high of a DPS. Protoss forced to pull back to the Nexus cannon, saving the day, and Daz retreating once again, but he is ever moving closer with the Spine Crawler Wall. This is going to be the problem that Leaky is going to be facing in a moment here when he makes more Vipers, which what he's doing right now. He starts pulling those units into those Spine Crawlers. That's going to be so effective, and Druidz player is going to have a hard time dealing with this for sure.
And the thing is, he had those Vipers, and I think they're on the same hotkey. He accidentally A-moved them in, so he lost 4 Vipers for free, and he could have abducted that Colossus. And if that Colossus wasn't there, the Zerg could really punish him. But the Zerg trying to poke into the natural now. This Protoss player is kind of getting his 3rd base and his army cut off from his main and natural ramp.
Such a good play by Daz, you know, playing really tactically, and all the while, look at this, he's all the time, he's maintaining the position of his army, all the time maintaining the surround, the concaves, the flanks. He got a good amount of probe kills. Nice Storm on the Hydra. 2nd Storm misses. Those Void Rays, not very good versus Hydras. 2 Colossi still remaining. No Vipers to back this up, but it doesn't matter because the Gateway army has evaporated, and this will be GG very shortly.
Yeah, this will be. I mean, all the Colossus are down. It's now Hydras versus Gateway, and that is never going to end well. TIE Templar being warped in for feedbacks, but there's no Storm. So these Hydras are just going to tear them apart.
And 5 more Hydras, 4 more Roaches in production. There's the GG, well played. And Druidz is up. I mean, not Druidz, Mythology is up 1-0.